Hey guys, it's about beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from Rahr and Sons. This is their Imperial Stout, and these guys are out of Texas, I'm pretty sure. Fort Worth, Texas. This is sent to me by Brandon C. down in Texas. Russian Imperial Stout with toasted coconut. This is a 9% alcohol by volume. Commercial description says it's 11th anniversary Russian Imperial Stout. He is the king of all stouts. Huge roasted chocolate and caramelized malt flavors will knock you off your feet as hints of toasted coconut dance on your palate. Thick, rich, and dark as the Baltic Sea itself, our Russian Imperial Stout was brewed for you as our way of saying thank you for 11 years of your continued support. Let's all raise a glass and toast in unison as we look ahead to another year of brewing great craft beer for our fans in our home state of Texas. Prost, y'all. Alright guys, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I went to Beer Advocate and Rate Beer and typed in Rahr and Sons Imperial Stout and got nothing from either one of them. And these guys have been in business for 11 years. What the frick is up with that? I mean, you really shouldn't have to jump through hoops to get some information back from Rate Beer or Beer Advocate on these beers. And I'm sure somebody's going to send me, oh, here it is on Rate Beer, or here it is on Beer Advocate. What do you got to do other than type in the name of the frickin' beer, R-A-H-R, and Sons Imperial Stout? That's what's on the front of the bottle. And I got nothing from Beer Advocate, and I got nothing from Rate Beer. So, they're out of here. And like I said, I'm sure somebody's going to send me something and say, well, here it is, well, here it is. Why should you have to jump through hoops to find it on either one of these silly-ass websites? I did find it on Untapped. They had it listed. As soon as I typed it in, it came back. And they had several different versions. 11th anniversary, the 10th anniversary, they had several different versions listed. But Rate Beer and Beer Advocate are sucking hind titty right now on this beer. So whether anybody's reviewed it or posted it or somewhere else, up somebody's ass, or I couldn't find it. And I couldn't find it. And like I said, I'm sure somebody else posts, well, here it is here or here it is there. Those two clowns are out of the sight. They're out of the picture today on this beer. And that's the way I feel about it. Once I type it in and you don't return anything and you act like you're clueless when I type something like that in, you're clueless as far as I'm concerned. You're out of the picture. So we have nothing coming from Rate Beer or Beer Advocate on these two sites on this beer. So I guess I'm on my own. And I don't have a problem with that. If these clowns can't get it right, so be it. So, this clown can. I didn't bring my red nose because everybody has been seeing all these clown sightings lately and I don't want to get shot. If you see a bunch of clowns, go for the juggler. That's what I say. Alright guys. Other than that, it's an Imperial Stout. The food pairings for this, of course, it's going to go with your chocolate dishes and your stronger cheeses. It's meant for an aperitif or a digestive, something you could have before dinner or during dinner with a strong dish or after dinner as a digestive. So, I'm a big fan of these Russian Imperial Stouts. Final beer of the evening for me on this one, and I'm reviewing it on October the 2nd. So, we'll see what this big 22-ounce bomber brings to the table. So Brandon, thanks again, my brother, my friend, for sending this one to me. I have not seen anything from these guys, I don't think. And they're definitely not available here in this part of Virginia. So I do appreciate him spending his hard-earned money on it and sending it to me to review, even though I have no information from Beer Advocate and Rate Beer on this beer. It may be somewhere hidden in their sites, but I could not find it. And like I said, I don't jump through hoops. Once I type it in and punch in enter and it returns nothing, sometimes I'll try if it's a specific name beer, but this is their Rahr & Sons Russian Imperial Stout. So I didn't have any other names to type in to try to find it, and they returned nothing on either site. So, to hell with them. Alright, I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about. Glassware, the pint Becker tumbler, snifter, oversized wine glass, and the beer can be sold for a long period of time, being a 9% Russian Imperial Stout. It's not bourbon barrel aged or anything like that, so I'm not expecting any of those notes. Not pouring a massive head, so let's stand it up on the back end of the pour. And this is a big 22-ounce bomber, so I am going to save enough for her to get a glass out of it. And we did get some head on that. Yeah, that's what she said. About a finger and a half of head on that pour. Over to the light, there is none. It is pitch black, guys. It is dark as night. Let's get a nose on it. Oh, yes. Wonderful notes. Burnt malt. Caramel, toffee. Hints of molasses or brown sugar. Maybe even some hints of some dark fruit in there. Some dates, raisin, plums, or figs. Maybe some licorice or hints of tobacco. Wonderful nose. Wonderful aroma. Ah, a great beer for the final beer of the evening. It's almost dinner time. So we're going to sip on this and let her have a glass of it while she's fixing dinner. While I sip on it. Might even get out a Maduro wrap stick. Either a bare knuckle or a black ops or maybe even a obsidian. A nice Maduro wrap stick would go very well with this. It's that time. Let's get it on. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Brandon. Very nice sweet back end on this. Wow. Very, very pleasant. Very well made beer, guys. 11th anniversary beer from these guys. Very well done. Rich roasted malt. Like I said, almost to the burnt characteristics. Caramel, toffee, bittersweet chocolate, dark fruits. I am getting some toasty breadiness. Wow, that's delicious. That is very delicious. The only way this could be better is to put it in a bourbon barrel for a little while. Alright guys, right out of the freeze, let's let it warm up, and I'll go out on the deck and puff on a cigar a little while she's sipping on her glass, and we'll come back and do the final chug and grade here shortly. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping on about 30 minutes or so. I come back and looked at the bottle, and it's got something written very small. Looks like it's 13712. And if I was guessing, that's the 137th day of 2012. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what their coding means. Just guessing, I would say this is the 137th day of 2012. And if it is the 11th anniversary, and this is 2016, this has been in a bottle for 4 years. So very tasty beer. The only way this beer could be better is to put it in a bourbon barrel. And since it's not been put in a bourbon barrel, for what it is, a Russian Imperial Stout at 9%, very, very tasty, guys. Very well made beer. These guys at Rahr & Sons, or Rahr & Sons, however you want to pronounce that, is a very tasty beer. It's got everything that you want in a Russian Imperial Stout that's not bourbon barrel or barrel aged. Very nice, rich roasted malt, almost to the burnt characteristics. Hints of dark fruit, bittersweet chocolate, tobacco, licorice, uh, caramel, toffee, molasses. Very nice. Very well done. Very impressive. A great beer for the final beer of the evening, which it is for me. Almost time to have some dinner, so wonderful aroma, guys. Wow, very well done. Final chug. Cheers. Very tasty. Very, very tasty, guys. To me, in my opinion, this beer is an A beer. I don't think it's quite to the 10 category, especially with the dating that they're putting on that beer. With a bunch of numbers which you cannot see with the beer, a dark beer in a dark bottle. But once the beer was poured out and the condensation went away, I can see that. So if this was done in 2012 and it was an 11th anniversary edition, this is 2016. They're probably into the 15th, 16th edition of this beer. So very nice, Brandon. Thanks again, my brother, for sending this to me. Very tasty. I would buy this beer if I could get it here, and they would go away from that Julian code type system. Put the month and the year on it, guys. You got a machine that can print that on there, and you choose to print some kind of Julian code. I'm not a fan of that, guys. Y'all know that by now. I'm a date Nazi, and I say that not derogatory, or not that I'm German or any kind of Nazi anyway. I'm an American, and I like to see the vintage on the label somewhere. If this is the 11th anniversary, it's only going to be the 11th anniversary one time, and they're not going to use that label again. Next year is going to be the 12th anniversary, or as in what I'm seeing here, the 16th anniversary. So put it on the label somewhere. I mean, write it on there. Because you're not going to use the label again if it says it's the 11th anniversary. Next year is going to be the 12th anniversary. Whatever the case may be, put it on the label. This is the 2011 edition. And that's good. We'd like to see the months so we know whether they're done in January of 2011 or December of 2011. But a vintage would be nice. So with that being said, guys, I think it's a very tasty A beer, but I don't think it's a 2 to 10 category. It's very nice, but their dating system leaves a little bit to be desired, especially when the label is only going to be used on this version or this year's edition. So I'm going to give it to 8, which is an A minus. Numeric rating for me, guys, would be a 90. That's what I would say. So, and like I told you before, Beer Advocate and Rate Beer couldn't find anything. They didn't return any results at all when I typed in Rahr and Sons Imperial Russian Stout, or Russian Imperial Stout. So they're out of the game. Out. Done. See ya. And for our final check-in, we'll go over to Untappd, which did have the 11th anniversary listed at 3.99, which is right at, it's one digit away from the A category, in my opinion. So I would agree with that. I'm giving it the A minus, and numeric rating would be 90. 3.99 is same grade. Same grade. It's one digit away from the 4.0, and that's what I give it. So, with that being said, very tasty. I enjoyed this. Brandon, once again, my friend, my brother, thanks for sending this in to me. A very tasty beer. I don't know what the distribution is on this beer, how far out of Texas it goes, or anything like that, or where he picked it up, whether he bought it at the brewery or at a beer store or out of his private collection. I'm not sure. But it is a very tasty beer, and according to what I'm seeing written on the bottle, if it is a 2011 edition, it's selling very, very well, guys. And like I said, the only way I think this could be better is to put it in a barrel or a bourbon barrel for a little while. You get that little bit of kick from the bourbon on this. And if you wanted to, you could actually, if you had some bourbon, you could put a jigger or something that in your beer if you want to kick it up a notch or 2 or 3 or 12. And you'd have a bourbon barrel aged version of this. So Very nice, very well done. Great final beer of the evening for me. So if you've had this one from Rahr and Sons, their 11th anniversary Russian Imperial Stout with toasted coconut, I didn't get a lot of coconut on it, guys. I swear I didn't. I don't know if it faded over time or what. I didn't get a lot of coconut. I just didn't get it. So if you've had this one, let me know what you think, guys, and let me know if you have. Come on back tomorrow. Let's see what we can dig out of the fridge. See everybody then.